Welcome to this presentation sharing the benefits of using a universal design for learning framework for working with culturally diverse young children in the early childhood classroom. Let's start by looking at what UDL is. Universal design began as an architectural concept that involves planning the environment for optimal accessibility and productivity. Universal design for learning is an outgrowth of this architectural model. It is a framework for curriculum that extends universal design principles to the curriculum and classroom environment. When used in the early childhood classroom, UDL can foster feelings of safety, competence, and security that nurtures the growth and development of all children and ensures the inclusion of all children. Young children come into preschool classrooms with varying degrees of physical, social, and cognitive abilities. 1 in 4 preschool children currently live with a parent who speaks a language other than English. In Head Start classrooms, this figure is closer to 1 in 3 children. This level of diversity demonstrates 5 challenges to early childhood educators. UDL can address each of these issues raised for teachers. UDL seeks to deal with learner variability by offering a framework for curriculum that presents information through many means of representation, many means of action and expression, and many means of engagement. How does this work? From brain research, we know that our brains are constantly shaped by interactions with the surrounding environment. We are constantly organizing and reorganizing our brains. In young children, we see stages of learning and development present themselves through the ability to make connections and construct patterns. We also know that culture shapes our interactions with the environment. Culture tells our brains what part of the world to attend to, what types of knowledge we value, and what kinds of behavior is learned to be important in various circumstances. Using a UDL framework for planning the early childhood classroom and activities taps into the neurological networks of the brain, the what, how, and why of learning. When ECE educators provide a variety of materials and information in a variety of formats, they are tapping into the recognition networks of the brain, the what of learning. When ECE educators plan multiple activities to practice concepts for learning, they are supporting the strategic networks in the brain, the how of learning. Using strategies like project-based learning, scaffolding learning with open-ended questions, and giving feedback supports the children's choices in how they approach learning new information. Being flexible in how you as a teacher assess this learning supports how the child can demonstrate what he or she knows and can do. The affective network is the most important aspect of learning. ECE teachers that nurture children so they develop a love of learning, find joy in challenges of learning, and persist in the face of difficulty tap into the why of learning. This is promoting the idea of being engaged in the learning process. Using UDL principles of multiple and flexible representation, expression, and engagement means tapping into the multiple intelligences of children. It means offering appropriate choices in activities and materials. It means considering many ways to assess how children demonstrate their learning. It also means sharing what is learned with families, peers, and a wider audience. By connecting with families of culturally diverse learners, teachers can bring authentic and relevant aspects of each child's culture into the classroom. Let's recap some UDL ideas. First, learning difference occurs at all levels. Second, anticipate learning differences and design curriculum to meet all learners' needs rather than modify a curriculum for just some children. And third, there should be more than one way to learn something, more than one way to show something, and more than one thing to learn. The population of children in the U.S. will continue to grow more diverse, not less. UDL is an appropriate framework for addressing the challenges of educating a culturally diverse population. We know that high-quality programs in early childhood benefit children. Our work now is to conceive early care and education programs that engage and support the learning for all children. Thank you for listening to this presentation.
Created using Powtoon.